DJ House Paint, sound kind of special.
Again, folks, Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. I want to welcome all of you again for tuning in to LIBERIA Public Radio this evening. We say thank you very much for being our guest again this afternoon. Let's have a wonderful Monday afternoon. Let's have fun together. Quite frankly, it's going to be a very doozy one again, as usual. I told myself to stay out of the Liberian politics and what have you, but I will just touch on one or two things here very quickly. Safety. The coronavirus is really havoc on the entire world. So let us be careful. Let us be careful how we interact. It seems to mean that the prevailing idea right now is that people stay away from each other 6 feet in a social gathering. How you gonna do that one when LIBERIA men like to do this? My man, give it to me. Pam. Boom! How you got that one there? I don't know what coronavirus trying to do to change our culture. I'm not too sure. But anyway, we got to respect that. If that's what's going to keep us alive, let us do that as well. Stay safe, wash your hands, do it as much as you can. From time to time, try to visit the CDC, that is CDC, the disease control people here, not CDC LIBERIA, CDC here. Visit their website and then you will be able to get some up-to-date information. Watch news and they'll tell you a lot of stuff. And we want to again thank all of you. Safety. Take care of your car and your car will take care of you. Please do not drink and drive because those two things don't mix. They're not something you want to do. Again, this is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. We want to welcome all of you again. Let's start the show and let's see how far we're going to go with it tonight. Usually, I'm not, like I said, I'm just going to touch one or two things in today. There was a press conference by the President of the Republic of Liberia, I believe out today, where he talked about the coronavirus and that there's one person in Liberia has been infected so far. And as it turned out, there's a mixed information coming from home. The people say the young man refused to obey the rules set by the Health Department of the Republic of Liberia when you're traveling from out of the country coming into Liberia, how to protect your fellow Liberians. And according to the report, that he didn't abide by that. He went and in fact refused. But then he said later on that he was able to do whatever you have to do to have the situation resolved. However, according to the report, he's being suspended. So that's how far I'm going to touch that. Those who want to deal with it, whether you call for his hair, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. That's your opinion. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. If you think the president is weak by just suspending him, it's up to you. I'm not going to make a comment on that. I'm trying to stay away from Liberian politics for a while. However, I am going to concentrate on the Liberian project that is being proposed by the President of the Republic of Liberia, which is the highway coming from Robertsfield up to all the way to EW Junction. And when we say EW Junction, we mean the intersection of EW Road, Robertsfield Road, intersecting the main Tubman Boulevard. That's what they call EW Road, EW Junction. Okay, so anyway, that's what I'm going to be concentrating. And there's another program. Hopefully, we will be guest on someone else's show here very shortly. Hopefully, I'm still going to announce that. But we'll be ready. I mean, this look. When it comes to civil engineering, specifically roadway, Samson told take no bike seat to no one. If I can't drive, forget it. It ain't going nowhere because ain't nobody going to here come to tell me. So I don't say I know all. That's a different thing. I don't know nothing, but I'm not taking the bike seat either. So we will be discussing it tonight. And tonight, the program is going to be a doozy one, as I said. I'm going to try to turn my hair from this because this is how I got in trouble the other day, by reading. I will try to stay away from reading these things and concentrate on my monologue. So anyhow, tonight program, we will show you, again, I'm just trying to tell you, and I will continue to say that until East International can show that they do have the capacity on my judgment, my engineering judgment, my construction judgment. They do not have the capacity. Simple as that. And I will show you some type of bad roads that are being constructed in Liberia, and I will show you what are some of the good things that if they implement those, that will be able to be helpful to us. Now, there's two different things here. Dr. Weah sets the policy. He's not an engineer. Let's get those two. I will continue to make that distinction no matter what. Dr. Weah is a policy maker. He sets the policy. He's the president. He's the father of the nation. So he sets the policy and he employs people to implement those policies. Now, the implementation part of that policy is where I come in. And if I see if it's good, I will say so. If I see if it's wrong, I will say so as well. Based on my own experience and based on the fact that I am project engineer, they call me. Samson told folks, let's start the program. Let's start the program as usual. I'm trying to warm up here. As usual. Let's go now and see. As usual, we have the president of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected. 61.5% of the electorate of Liberia decided this is the person we want for 6 years. Who am I to say no? The decision is made, and we have to accept the decision. There is no two-way street around it. If I was in Liberia, I wasn't going to vote for CDC either, because I'm not a member. And I don't believe in whatever policy they had. However, he was elected. People in Liberia, wisdom of Liberians say, we, the people of the Republic of Liberia. Something to that he stay in America, man, you better keep yourself over there. Don't come down here. And they kept me away. But anyway, they elected the president on a very serious note. 61.5% of the Liberian electorate elected President Weah. Therefore, as a citizen, good citizen that is, good citizen of the Republic of Liberia that is, I cannot and I will not support or do anything to undermine the ability of Dr. Weah to lead. However, if I see it, and if it's not in the interest of the Liberian people, I will speak my mind. I'm not saying what I'm going to say is going to be correct, but I will not bite my tongue either. So let's go ahead. This is Dr. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected. As I said, have I said that before? Have I said that? Duly elected 61.5. Did I tell you this? Maybe you were not listening. Let's say it again. This is Dr. Weah, President of the Republic of Liberia. 61.5% of the Liberian electorate said he will be the president for the next 6 years. After 6 years, something to coming with opposition. All my children then, they're all going to be opposition. And some of them don't even agree with me. If I want, when it comes to CDC, the kind of argument they can throw at me, I say, you're not eating my rice again. You CDC, remember, you're not eating my kesali again. Self-centered, I'm just trying to throw that in there. But anyway, let's go on. As you know, I already told you, President Weah is now focusing to do road connection in Liberia. And this, for me, on a very serious note, the next video I'm going to be playing now, or the first video I'm going to be playing for you here tonight, is the video of Dr. Weah. Before then, he was Senator Weah, Ambassador Weah, walking in the mud of Liberia on one of the major highway in Liberia. I believe he did so to experience what it is if the rains comes in Liberia, people cut off. People from our country, from our town, they can't go nowhere, it rain. So he decided, let's go in the interior to cancel for vote. And in the process, he came across this major highway, and the convoy couldn't go anywhere else. So he said, okay, let's take a walk. And everyone got out of the car. They decided to test what brothers and sisters of the interior has been suffering about, what they've been complaining about, suffering. They can't go, they can't buy, they don't do nothing when it's raining. So Dr. Weah said, let's test it. So here is the video. Dr. Weah tested. And then at that time, Senator Ambassador Weah. Let's watch this video. Sam Sinto, LIBERIA Public Radio.
Just make sure you do that same thing for you can hold. Yeah, we won't hold the stage. I don't need show the road. You must stay. We're going to junior that before. No, I beg you.
There you have it. There you have it. The president of the Republic of Liberia walking in the mud at that time, canvassing for vote. And I truly believe, and I could be wrong, but I truly believe if with one of those things that continue to inform the president's mind in order for him to continue with the rural connectivity business in Liberia. I truly believe that. Now, which one of us, which one of you, among you that would walk in the content, you say when you become president, you're not even thinking about rural. One of the interesting things on that video, not only was he canvassing, but you could tell that this guy has had a lot of exercise. He's been playing football, the way he balanced himself. Oh, I enjoyed that. But anyway, now let's go on. He's president now. He's Dr. Weah now. Listen to what he's going to tell his fellow Liberians on the road business. He said, my people, I'm paraphrasing, I have the right to do that. I can do that. I'm bloku. I can paraphrase anytime. Just I'm not lie at all, and I will not lie. But anyway, this is what he said. He said, and I said paraphrase, I don't say code no, so please don't come by with the kind of thing here. But anyway, he said, my Liberian people, when I'm going somewhere to inspect the road, then you might not be sinking. You might not be thanking me. Because I'm happy to do this. If anything, I should thank you for giving me the opportunity to lead and build road. Anybody that come after me will find something else to do because I will do the road. And as an engineer who love road business, if you hear that kind of statement, the man from Total is happy all the way. That's the problem. The happiness has taken over. But on a very serious note, let's listen now. Let's listen to Dr. Weah as he's going to tell us what he's going to say about the role and his own engagement when it comes to the rural connectivity business. Listen in. Sam Sinto, LIBERIA Public Radio. Let's listen. Well, let's see what he's going to say.
This is the right thing to do. Our country, it doesn't matter how many homes in Gambia, if no roads to connect, it's not completed. So I am happy with my road projects from the capital to the hinterland. I will continue to deliver my road projects. Anyone that will come after me will find something else to do. But I think that Liberia, being the first African Republic, also needs a road network. And this is what we're doing. You don't need to thank me, that's my responsibility. I need to thank you for making me to serve the country.
need to thank me. I need to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve your country. Oh, I love that. I love that. Now, let's go ahead and look, and I'm going to play another video. Now, this video, as a contractor, did I say contractor? I'm not a contractor. I'm a construction person. I'm an engineer. Yes, I used to do contracting business, and they kicked me out. They said because I come from Town, so they kicked me out. That was in Ohio. I got a paper to show. They kicked me out because they say I'm from Town. No, seriously. Anyhow, so the next video, on a very serious note, the next video I'm getting ready to show you does not give any of us confidence that those who are charged with the responsibility of implementing the proposed policy by Dr. Weir, that they have the ability to carry those things out effectively. And is the concern. Because the video that I'm going to be showing you, there's a contractor who were hired by public work or whoever was supposed to do it. 75% of the job is done, and then he's going to tell the president that in the process of constructing this road, rehab road. Now let me lay it out again. Every time I bring it up, I have to lay it out. I want people to understand why it shouldn't, and there's no reason for such a thing to happen. Rehab road is not the same as constructing new road. If you construct a new road, no road was there before, nothing, then you put everything in there. Whereas rehab, somebody built it before, but you want to improve on it. And in the process of trying to improve the road, there are other things that were already there that people still want to utilize, that people still going to have to use. For example, you're going to rehab a road. The road has sanitary line. The road has water line. The road has sewer line. The road, sanitary sewer is the same thing. The road, Samson too. I'm way ahead of myself. The road has storm drain. Okay. The road also have electrical cable. You know what? Everything you need, utility, they're there. Because the utility, any utility, supposed to share the same right of way with whoever owns the road, whether it be a city road, county road, or state road. Utility companies share. They're encouraged to share the road anyhow. Thereby, lessen the fee they charge the customer, which is the people. Because now you're using the people land, so the people should pay less because you're not paying the fee. And if you charge the people, the government can come after you and say, okay, say you're using our place, you pay. They'll do that. But anyhow, let's go back to this. The contractor in Liberia, that's a job, 75% into the contract. Then he discovered that LEC pole is in the way as a utility conflict with his construction process. And I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to them, go somewhere else and find a place to sleep, because you don't belong here, to be honest with you. Because a contractor, if you're giving a job, the very first thing you do is to review the plans. Because this is where you make your money. You make money by the quantities you're going to get. So if a designer make a mistake and not point out something to you, and you already bid the project, and they come to find out, oh, this thing, either way, I got to move it, or they're going to waste my time, they still have to pay you. You make money. But the contractor didn't even do that. Because if he had done that, there would have been a negotiation before they even have mobilization to move their equipment onto the job site. Because the negotiation would have been between they and the public work ministry or the owner of the facility, which is the road, to say, okay, we made a mistake. Thank you for bringing it up. Let's try to resolve this. Then they contact LEC for LEC to come and move it before they start construction, because they don't want no delay. So the LEC now contact. This is where Samson Toll comes to play. And I'm serious, folks. Then the LEC has their own branch, okay, that engage the public, that engage the user, the end user of their products, which is the electricity. So the LEC come to them, and I hope that's what was supposed to happen. Say, okay, Samson Toll, Brown Toll, Peter Toll, all of your Toll family, all 20 of your Toll got there's it. How many toes on the feet? 20. I say 50. You don't like it, go. You don't toll, you toll. But anyway, so they come to us, say, we have to move the electrical pole. In the process, we're going to shut down this entire area that this pole is feeding for 2 days. If you get your food, perishable food, that you put in the S-bar, you better eat it quick. I love that when I do that. You better eat it quick. If you get your beer, club beer in a S-bar, you better drink it now. I'm just making fun, but this is a very serious business. So the people come and talk to the community. Then the community is quite aware of it. Some people will not agree, but as long as the conversation starts, then that's what it is. Then the LEC now, within a 2 days period, would move the pole. Where they're going to put the pole, it still have to be within the right-of-way of the government. So the government going to designate an area. Now, interestingly, if that area is unable to support the weight of the pole and all of the, I don't want to go to the engineering here for you. You know, when you have cable pulling, okay, never mind. But anyway, the area, the soil, can it support that? And how far is it from the road? If not, then the government, because remember now, they're sharing this utility with the utility is sharing the road. Then the government purchase what they call easement. It can be permanent easement. In this case, it's going to have to be permanent easement. You can't have temporary easement, because if you have temporary easement, after the contractor is done, you're going to have to take my land back from you. And that's not what it is. So the government purchased the little area where they're going to put a pole. Then, after that, the contract starts. They didn't do that in this case. Dr. Weir was under the impression the job was going well. Nothing was going to stop it until he went to the job site. Then the contractor, interesting as also, decided to throw the minister on the bus. Because while they were there, the contractor brought up the issue and said that, in fact, we've been in contact or in consultation with the minister. And the minister is quite aware of this foreseen problem that might delay the construction process. And then the president was surprised. He said, oh, the LIPO in a way, that will be the last comment of that. I thought I'd give you the insight before I go playing this thing here, because it's very important that you get a clear point. The point that I'm making is these are the same people that are going to be responsible for the complex highway construction, such as Ravelfield Highway. And if they're going to give us something like this, then where is the confidence level going to come from? We're going to be on there. Let's watch this video. Samson Toll, LIBERIA Public Radio.
Road embankment, we have this. The most important part is the pavement, which is the placement of the asphalt base course, which is what we're looking at now. We've gone 1.3 kilometers. So it means we have 7 more kilometers to finish with the first 2. Then our concentration will be on the intersection, which is the red light intersection, where we have possibly overpass. then following that, the concentration will go on in the next 4 kilometers, which is from red light to the LIBERIA junction. For that one, towards the end of this month, we start to compensate the project affected person. We start to pay them, and then when they clear, we start up the work. Overall, we look at the work being completed within 2 years because of the urban nature that we have. But I think the minister will relate concerning the level of challenges that we have. Like for example, in terms of the light posts, all right? Because in some instances, we have some light posts there, so that is a potential, issue that will delay, us. But we've been working with LEC in terms of that. Road embankment, we have this. The most important part is the pavement, which is the placement of the asphalt base course, which is what we're looking at now. We've gone 1.3 kilometers. So it means we have 7 more kilometers to finish with the first 2. Then our concentration will be on the intersection, which is the red light intersection, where we have possibly overpass. And then following that, the concentration will go on in the next 4 kilometers, which is from red light to the LIBERIA junction. For that one, towards the end of this month, we start to compensate the project affected person. We start to pay them, and then when they clear, we start up the work. Overall, we look at the work being completed within 2 years because of the urban nature that we have. But I think the minister will relate concerning the level of challenges that we have. Like for example, in terms of the light posts, all right? Because in some instances, we have some light posts there, so that is a potential, issue that will delay, us. But we've been working with LEC in terms of that.
You heard that? Oh, I played it twice for you. Oh, the lipo in a way, say yes. I'm not making this up. I'm not making, these are things that are happening back in Liberia. It shouldn't be. There should be no reason for the contractor, 75% into construction, and now you're gonna tell me lipo in a way. You're not serious. Pack your junk, get out of my contract, you're done. But anyway, that is Liberia. And this is the kinds of thing now we're talking about Robert F. Highway. So let's go ahead, let's start the process. Let's start. I'm going to be now going into the Robert F. Highway. Folks, Samson told LeBron Public. This is my main show here tonight. I'm going to be showing you different type of work that people would do in Liberia. And I'm going to be showing you one of the things. Yes, one of the most important thing with design, with the issue of road. What is the purpose of highway? What is the purpose of road for cars to drive on? Simple. Motorbike and everything else, but specifically for motor vehicle. So in the process, most motor vehicles nowadays have tires. Back in the days when I was a young man, we used to ride buggy, but now they got tires. Tires, rubber. In order for the wheel to turn, you need friction. Okay? I'm not going to go into the science of everything here tonight. No, I'm not going to do that. But the idea here is when it rains, you got issues. And so you want water to stay out of the pavement as much as possible. Okay? So the most important thing on the pavement, on any highway facility, is the drainage. You must have proper drainage. You must be able to drain the water as fast as possible from your roadway. And also, when you're doing design, the intent of the design is to influence the driver behavior. You must have some sort of influence on the driver behavior. For example, why do I put a curve here? I want to slow you down. Why is it that I have a hill here that I'm not cutting all the way and go flat? I want to slow you down. Why is it that when you're turning in, I have a bank and give you a speed of that bank? I want to slow you down. But in the process of slowing you down, I have to go by the rules set by international roadway designers. I can't just go to Total and say, I think say you need to slow down. That's why I say about slow down. No, I have to apply certain standard in order for me to achieve that. Okay. So, but we'll go into that from time to time. But what I want you to see here tonight is this. What I want you to see here tonight is this. The roads in Liberia, especially the road and sidewalk and the kind of curb they put and the kind of ditch they develop in Liberia. I'm not a fan of that. It's not like it can't be done. But if you're going to put all kinds of open ditch in Liberia, you must have the money to maintain. If you're going to make those kinds of self-made ditch or cover, you must be able to have money to maintain it, because eventually it's going to have filled up. Now here's the thing. When you have a circular pipe and you put it on the ground, from time to time you're going to have to take video camera, and they have the machine nowadays, and the machine goes through the whole entire process, go through the entire length of the pipe, and if there's any crack or anything in it, you take the length from where you started to that point, and you will know where that distance is, and they'll cut in that area and make a joint or join it together. Okay. But if you have what they have here, what I'm going to be showing you, most of the time they don't even cover it up. They leave it alone to have an open channel. Open, not circular channel, not trapezoid either. They just have an open box. Okay? If they do that, one of the problem that I have is because we don't have money for maintenance. People take their baby diaper and throw them in there. They take their dishwashing, after washing dishes, they throw the water right in there, including everything else that comes with it. Where is this water that you're collecting? Where are you dumping it? Where's the end result? They don't look at those things. Because if they did, you won't have these kinds of situations I'm going to be showing you here tonight. Because the end result, look at Sodin Wayne. Sodin started all the way from Mama Point, and he end right there in Busa Quarter, going to what's up, going to the ocean. And that place has never been clean. I grew up in the barracks. And it's just a matter of what, maybe from the place I was living to West Sodin, joint over there, maybe a mile or less. Sodin's still running there. And when I was growing up, people used to get political green from those areas. Yeah, like we can somehow, I tell you, people used to get yeah. Yes. I tell you what. Wow. But you know when God said you will live, you will live. The kind of thing people eat up. People used to get potato green from no area and sell them in the market. I'm serious. And that sodium went dumping still in the ocean. In this country, in any other developed country or developing country, they take care of those things. They're very important for the next generation. For the next generation. Okay? But it seemed to me that our brothers and sisters are not paying attention to these things. Let me show you one thing here. Okay? And the legs you're going to see on here belong to a famous Liberian artist. But I decided to cut his head off because there's two of them. You see, and forget about the legs. But you see, they where his left foot, because he's turning to us. So his left foot, where the left foot is, there's a ditch. And that ditch is not supposed to be there, because the asphalt should have been paved against the curb. Most likely they did that. They did that. But the machine that compressed the asphalt, compaction that is, will not come close to the curve without breaking up the curve. And so they leave themselves room. Then they use hand tamper, boom, 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 and tamp it around. Well, it's not compacted completely. So when it rains over the years, the water seep through between the cracks, between the asphalt and the curb, because there's going to be a crack in there. So the water go in and bubble back up over the years. It keep eroding. And as a result, you have that. Nothing else going to fix that unless you clean cut the asphalt and pave it against the curb again. Those type of cut, they call them type A2. No, not A2. I'm sorry, not A2. No, A2, yeah, A2, forget me. That's A2. Okay? Now, if you do this kinds of curb, they used to do it before. And the reason was, you don't just put it in like this. You go 6 inches deep and put the curb up, and you have another 6 inches sticking up. But when you pave against it, they have man-made machine, a tempering machine. You don't go boom, boom like the way they do in Monroe. They got a machine, and you hold a machine and temp the area. And you go up and down, up and down, up and down until you achieve the kinds of compaction that is required in that area. Okay? They don't do that. And as a result, you have that. I will show you the fix. I will show you the real way it's supposed to be done later. Samson told LeBron Public, I'm just showing you here. So let's go on again. Here's another one. And this kind of curve you've seen in Liberia. Plenty. In fact, I comment on them a lot of days. They want to look beautiful. But look at this. They have the road, the guys walking towards us. So the road is on the right hand side. You see my little son over there with a bicycle on the other side of the curb. In between, that's where they're collecting the water. But look how no water now. You see the dirt already in there. Where is the maintenance to clean that? Because you're supposed to have a clean bottom. You don't have it. Usually in developing countries, they have what they call vac truck. Just like a vacuum cleaner. It's a big truck. But when they put it on, they put out nozzles in there and they suck everything out. In the process of sucking, you also use the jet water and jet the water in there to loosen all that sand and it suck everything out. That's how these people clean their manhole, and that's how they clean their DIs and everything else. None of these people, because they got it when it's raining, you don't have no flood, none that they don't have issues. They themselves have issues here in the United States. But they keep it up. They keep it up. Let me show you another one. Like I said, tonight I'm going to be showing you these things, so that these most likely when you have a road going to ERW, from ERW Junction all the way to Shuffling, you're going to have issues like this, and you're going to have to resolve things like this. They will put open ditch like that. They will do it. They're going to have to, unless they decide, because Public Work already have a open ditch as their design criteria they send to designer. Okay, so look at this one. The road on that side. You see a 4 already. Oh. When it's rainy, what they want to do for you? It can't help you. This open channel here will not help you because it's already full. The dirt is there. Nobody cleaning around it. Nobody cleaning inside. Why would you even want to put something like this when you know you don't have the ability to clean? You don't have the means to clean. You don't have maintenance crew to clean. Why would you put something like this up there? Why would you not provide a proper, a well-designed conveyor system for the water to be from your road to go somewhere else? Okay, I'm not done yet. Now let me show you now, and that's what I'm going to be showing you. I'll talk a little bit of it. It's very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. And this is where I laugh when I see these people doing this kind of thing. And these are engineers in Liberia, engineering degree. They're not different from me. Some of them are smarter than me. Some of them got more master than I don't even get degree before master. I don't even got nothing. But look at this. You see this? You see the open ditch? Now, think about it. Samson, I'm getting ready to throw that under the bus here again tonight. Folks, I'm not doing it because I'm jealous. Far from it. I'm doing it for people to understand that these things, you don't do it like that. If you take your time, you will do it right and it will last for long. Look at this here, this dish. It's on the curb, correct? You can see the curb, correct? Now look at the bicycle behind that. Let me bring it. Let me bring the motorbike in quick more. Let me bring the motorbike in more. I want you to look at this motorbike. Okay? I want you to look at the motorbike guy here. You see how he's turning? He's leaning. He's coming towards us. So as he turns, he's leaning toward his left. And I'm leaning to my right. I don't care. But he's leaning. Why is it? He's turning the curb, but he's leaning. Why is it? Because the side he's leaning away from is higher than the side he's leaning into. Okay? Now let's go back there. I want you to, and I just wanted to show you. Okay, let's go back there. Okay, let me go back to the. All right, here's the ditch. The motorbike guy. I'm not showing you again. I just show you who he was. Okay, so here's the ditch. If the motorbike guy up there, let's show you. If the motorbike bike is up there leaning. If it rains, think about it. Where you think this water gonna go? If you were to drop something right at the very top of that curve, if you were to drop a water, where you think water gonna go? Water do not go uphill. So what's the point of putting the ditch in here? For what? For what? You're not going to collect anything except to make miserable to the folks that are going to be going into their houses. There's no reason. This, without even realizing they call it high super. The water going away. So you don't concentrate much on this as far as trying to have a drainage. Okay? I don't care what a slope is doing in here. The best you can do is to put a dike to control the water flow so that it doesn't erode the property of the people on the other side. But there's no reason for the ditch. None. You put a ditch in the curb, that's fine. But this is where then you dump the water in there. You don't take the water away from the ditch. The ditch is supposed to be where you put water. It's not where you take water. Folks, I'm just giving it to you as it is. I'm not trying to degrade anybody or anything like that. But if you do these kinds of stuff, and you go in, people should expect you to build a complex highway like Brownsfield International Highway. and you're gonna sit, all of the people sit down in public work, and nobody is making these kinds of comments to the contractor. Why are we putting this here? You ask the contractor. Because I just show you. You see up here, why would I want to put a dish over here when the water flowing away? Look at the inside of this. Did I take the inside out? Okay, I did. Okay, I took the inside out. Okay, but that's something you don't want to do anything whatsoever. The water coming away, and if I were to show you the real inside of this photo that I just showed, you could see the erosion at the bottom of the area where the water going. Water not going in that ditch. But this is some of the reason. These are some of the reason when they have it, then they say, "Oh, it take $1 million for a mile." Yeah, of course. If you're giving me junk like this, it's gonna take $1 million. Why not? You put in a ditch somewhere, and these are concrete ditch. Concrete is not less. It's not something to sneeze at. These are very expensive things. So of course, it's gonna be $1 million per mile. But are we getting the right product for our money? Looking at this, I don't think so. I don't think so. So I just thought that I'm trying for you to see these things. Let's go to the next one. And this one is a doozy. This one is a doozy. Yeah, Liberians, first of all, we're coming from a civil war. We're coming from a civil war. We have amputees all over, and they care everywhere. Look at the kind of thing. They got side war. Then they go blue. They dump the side. And what kind of other kind of wheelchair will climb that sidewalk over there you're looking at? And let me zoom in a little bit so maybe some of you can see. Now tell me now, if you are going to, first of all, they're not even this. The reason why they did this because they're draining the road and putting the water in the ditch, the ditch behind the sidewalk, and it's open just like I show you. But then what's the point of you putting sidewalk here? Okay, this person coming with a wheelchair, they get here, the floor, they come down like that because this is steeper. This is not ADA design. This is steeper. No city, no developing city should even allow themselves to have this kinds of ADA or this kinds of sidewalk. They make a sidewalk, but when it's raining and because the water going in here, what happened here? Nobody wants to. The handicap said, don't you want to be fooling around with the water business? So even if it's dry, the handicap come down here. Can you see him pushing his wheelchair up this slope? What kind of business is this? Why are these people behaving as though they have no clue what is going on? For what reason? So let's go on. Somebody coming at night. You're driving at night and you get caught in here. What do you think happening? This is like a slim shot. You hit this and your tire go up here, boom, you're flipping over. There's nothing going to happen going to hold you down. As a designer, you think about these things. You don't just put things out there because you think it's going to make it look good. What's the point of putting water in behind the sidewalk anyway? Go around in your neighborhood. Those of you that are listening to me and watching me, go in any neighborhood in your area. You will not find any kinds of drainage to be in a sidewalk. If you're in a sidewalk, then at 1950 something. I told you guys the other day how they desire to do the division with utility. In the street, okay, in the middle of the street, they have sanitary line, sewer line, caca line, because it's deeper. Then as you go closer to the curb, then they also have storm drain. Because the reason is they're going to put, instead of it being behind the sidewalk, it's going to be in front, right here at this curb. Then they put a pipe underneath to drain the DI, drainage inlet, from here onto the storm drain here. So it will take it somewhere else. They have this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the amount of sand in front of this thing here. Within the next 5 years, that thing will be useless. That thing will be useless. You got Monrovia dust all over the place. And you can't even have a decent thinking to say what will happen to this road next year. What will happen to the road 10 years from now? Your team will probably, y'all got money everywhere wasting. Every time we read it, oh, the road bound. Okay, you have money, y'all go fix it. Well, we can't take that money that we're supposed to save and put it against something like medical supplies. Every president that comes in, they want to do roadway, which is nice. But if you do it right, then for the next 10, 15 years, all you have to worry about, the next person coming, they only have to do maintenance. They don't have to do rehab every time. And this is the idea behind fixing a road that will last. But if we get these kinds of political road from time to time, we're going to face problems. The money, okay, look at the Ralphie Highway, which is nice. But if that job was done 20 years ago, the $100 and some more million that we're going to spend now, we can take it and apply it to medical supply or medical something to help brothers and sisters. And this is why I'm saying that if you're going to do these things, you do it right. You do it right. They're not that expensive. They're not that expensive, and they're not difficult to do. They're not difficult to do. Okay? Now, I told you I'm going to show you some fixes. These are just common stuff you yourself have seen. Okay? Now, in this area, for example, the one that I just showed you. Okay, before I do that, let me show you the purpose first. Let me show you the purpose, then I'll come back to that. Okay? Look at this, folks. Samson told LIBERIA. You see the water? You see the water running along the curb. It's not behind sidewalk. It's running along the curb to go to a DI and dump it in there. It's going to, that water going to a DI to dump. But the interesting thing also is this. As it travel long distance from one point to another, it's also cleaning itself. All of the sand and things, you see the little ripple over there? Those are sand being left behind. Little rock being left behind. You hear the comment here? Something to always say, well, water will carry rock? Aha! Because of the how do you call it? The Q. Did I say Q? I'm sorry. I'll use the common one. The force of that water is not big enough to carry somebody. So you see the ripple. I'm serious. You see the ripples in there? That means there's a rock that the water hitting and jumping over, being left behind. Then when the water stop, then the maintenance people come and clean all that. It's easier to maintain than to build. Okay? All right. Now, let me show you another one. That's one fix. Look at this other fix, folks. This, you have seen it in your own community around here. You see those people, when you see sidewalk, they put rest on, they say you can't park here because they don't want you park there. You see the red? Okay. That's a curb. And the white stuff at the bottom here, between the asphalt and the curb, is the gutter. But they are all monolithic. Something too. What kind of big English not speak here today? What wrong with you, my man? I said, let me change it. Yeah, I don't say like that. I said the concrete curb and the curb and the gutter. They put them together. They made it the same thing. They ain't change it. No air can go in between. They're the same. Okay. All right. No, but on a very serious note. So you do this. You see that? So as it rain, the water travel on there. You see the asphalt back there, it's not touching the curb. The reason here is this. They know it's going to rain. They know the water going to seep between the asphalt and the curb. I mean the gutter. That's fine. Remember the thing I showed you last time? Where they put on a drain. And I will show you that. They put the on a drain. A little pipe, perforated pipes. And the drain that comes between the gutter and the asphalt, the water that fall there, the pipe collect that. Oh my people, you're making me, I don't know. Yeah, man. What? Small thing like that. Our people suffering because of these kinds of things. Little stuff. Little stuff. You don't have to be an engineer to understand that. So when it rains, the water that comes through, so that it doesn't go back underneath the pavement, is the pipe, the little pipe collects the water and take it out. Let me show you another one. This is Samson to LeBron Papa Radio. Here is now, I know the one you will understand it. In your own neighborhood. You see the curb gutter? You see it? There's one other reason why they do. Look at it. Look, no side. The sidewall is on the other side, though. But you see, in between the sidewall and the curb, they plant grass in there. And here's the interesting thing: when it rains, the grass soak the water in. It helps the water that percolate from West Housing keep using the BB water tonight. What business there? The water that slows, that just lay over the sidewalk and go through the grass suck it in. So the grass look full. The grass stomach full. So you get green grass because it be eating water, it be drinking water. So the grass stomach full. But on a very serious note, the reason you do that, so in case some sort of a major between right there, that grass area, most likely this is where your water line gonna be. If you check yourself, if the sidewalk is there, this is where your water line gonna be. This is where you will find your valve that goes to your house. Go outside and go check it. Okay? They will not put valve. They will not put valve in the curb and gutter. They will put a valve on the sidewalk. They also put another utility. They call it pole boxes, and those are the boxes that come when they put the light pole up. All the wire run through the light pole, and where they do all their connection, the pole boxes, they're right there in the sidewalk, just so that it will be easy for them to get to it. All of your utilities, like the cable, the underground electricity, they all run on that side. Okay, that's one. Now, let's go back to Monrovia now, and I'll show you something. Folks, this is very interesting because our brothers and sisters back home, and like I said, look, let me get one thing straight here quickly. Our brothers and sisters back home, I give my heart up to them. I said thank them, because these people that are engineers, smart people, they can go anywhere, smarter than me, way smarter than me. They can go anywhere, any part of the world, and live and make decent living. They're just like you. They like to work hard. However, if you allow yourself, if you accept a position, if you say, yes, I'm going to take a job in Liberia, first thing that should come to mind is not to make money. That shouldn't be your priorities. It's not to cut corners. That shouldn't be your priorities. But your priorities should be to help and build the country for the future. You just sit down there and you continue to fool around. One of these days, God can't sleep. Either way, whether our lifetime or whether not our lifetime, or one way or the other, there will be certain group of Liberians that will put themselves below the country and put the country first. They will come. Your watch, mama, 200 years from now, they will come. That country is not going to remain like that. There will be a certain group of Liberians that will come and say, look, we're tired of this thing. It rains, people in the southeastern, they can't go anywhere. We're tired of this thing. We can't even feed ourselves. And we know how to make farm. But yet we can't feed ourselves. We got iron ore mining everywhere, but yet still we can't produce iron to do anything. How you think the old people them back in the days, long time, how they used to make farm? Where they were getting the colonizers them from? Where they were getting the hook them from? Where they were getting the thing to cut the tree them from? How you think they were getting it from America? Where you think they were getting the thing them from? When I was growing up in Town, and again, I don't know the English name. Somebody wrote it here the other day. But I used to have this as a very young man. I don't want my eyes see it, but it didn't take long before the old man died. But he has this long tube. At the end of it, he put a steel tube at the end of this thing he made out of wood. But on the top of it, two of them, he got how do you call it? DS skin. He fix it like them, and then you go like the chuku, and you pump the air in the fire, and you put an iron in there and take it out. And then when I would say beat it, he beat the iron, bukaka, and fix it. And first, what he was doing was forging the iron. And what is the interest? Oh my goodness, our people are the best engineers. You know, when the people do the forging thing, they're trying to realign the metal. All of the particle in the metal. I didn't know that one. I didn't know that. So when they do that, how do you think they even make it for it to be strong? And they can put it in water, but you have to have a specific time to put it in the water, or else it's going to crumble. How the old people, my people, how they were living. The old people, they can't even read, they can't write, but they were able to produce these things. My uncle Shoroto, when the people building houses when they building the houses in Total, they were carrying coin, and he will tell you right there while he's standing there and tell you where your pitch of the roof is. For me to know the pitch of the roof, I got to calculate it. For goodness, he never used calculator in his life. He never saw calculator in his life, but he will tell you what the pitch of the roof gonna be. And if you build it according to what he had, you will have a nice, beautiful roof. He will build a house with a straight edge, almost. And you don't see a house corner like this. These people have no clue on school or anything. But it's here. Here we are. People engineering degree. They can't build something here that look at something that the old people say would not even allow for you to build in your town. How big here. Okay? So I just thought I'd show you that. Now let's go to East International. I'm not done with the people here. East International is a company that is being selected by this government to do a complex construction of the Rawa International Highway. For me, until they can show me, they have no capacity. They don't have it. I've never seen that. Let's look at some of their work. Yes, East International doing Broad Street, Banga Broad Street. Look at the steel. Look at the steel, my people. And those little pieces you see, white stuff over there, they call them chair. No, in engineering, when you're doing concrete, the steel not supposed to touch the ground. The steel supposed to be at least an inch or more inside and away from the edges. They tell you that. They tell you how many inches it's supposed to be. And so they're using a 1-inch chair. But by the time they walk, they put the little brick pieces down. Then they put the wire mesh over there. But then they started walking over the wire mesh. By the time they're done walking, they started pressing the thing down. Then the thing, look at it on the floor. Let me show you chair. Do I have chair here today? I should. Oh, I don't. Okay. All right, another time when I'm ready for it, I will show you the real chair. Okay. But that's East International work. Now look at this other one. Okay. East International. If you go there, you'll find it. Look at that. Look at their wire mesh. Let me blow it up again. These are things you do when you're building driveway. What kind of wire mesh is it? What kind of thing is it? What kind of thing is it? And they expect car to drive over it. Man, I beg you, man. That made me cry, man. Hey, my people, you can't do me, yo. Hey, I beg you, man. Something to please. But anyway, let's go on. Let's go on. Let me show you another one. Another one. Here is the interesting one that I want people to look at here. Okay, and this is very sad. This is very, very sad. Look at this. This is East International Redemption Road behind. You see the executive mansion way up there? I want you to know that I don't take picket from somewhere else. This is the executive mansion, and where the children are playing over there while I was growing up too. In BDC, I used to play football over there. Anyway, but our own football, we used to have goalpost and things like that, so it was bigger and clean a little bit. But anyway, what I want you to pay attention to is, you see those two children sitting on that edge? That edge. Now, if you're driving towards the mansion at night, forget night, and for some reason your phone dropped, oh, let me pick up my phone, and you make a mistake, and your right tire go outside the edge, you're not coming back on the road. No way. And if you're speeding, that's an accident. You might flip over. If you're not speeding, you're going to have a serious issue with your car. Why would these people do this to us? For what reason? Simple fix. What is called shoulder backing. You take dirt, pure dirt, not concrete, not asphalt that's expensive, pure dirt, and put it against the concrete edges over there, and then slope it down until it reaches zero, which means it will meet existing ground, and then you compact that, make it stronger a little bit, so that the person, even though it's going to be on a slope, but the person who's going to be driving on it, once they get on that slope, then they try back to get back on. But you're providing room. But anybody that go on that edge, they're done. They're done. Why are we doing this? These are people with masters and 2, 4, 5 masters. And that's all for me. Master doesn't mean nothing to me. It means nothing. Fadi flee, ain't me. Fadi flee, ain't me. Master my foot. Master, I mean, a big people with master degree sits there at public work and allow East International to put these kinds of junk up there for us. Like I said, when I was riding with Victor, I said, "What is this? Who put a driveway over you?" He looked at me, he started laughing. He said, "Man, leave our country alone here." I said, "No, I'm not leaving it." He said, "Yeah, you gotta leave it." Okay, but these are kinds of stuff. Let me see if I can find you. There's supposed to be a okay. Saturday is gonna be a doozy one anyway. So I just thought I'd show you that. Now let's watch the scene East Adequate Redemption Road, folks. Samson to LIBERIA Public. Look at this one, Redemption Road, the building. But yes, the interesting thing about this building here, this Redemption Road building, you see it? You see in the middle here? What do? They use 2x4 or something to divide the two concrete. So basically, and good thing it don't happen. But if you have earthquake and you have a slip of those two roads, they're not going to be together. They're going to be dancing. They're going to be twisting. Twist and rock, twist, because there's no steel in between to hold them together. So when they start slipping, they start slipping. They start going, one going east, the other one going west. And this they consider road. And these are this is the company that they're giving $100 and some more $million project that is supposed to be the gateway to our country. I will make so much noise about the Ralphie Highway. They're gonna have they gotta do. I mean, it's a government. Well, who am I? They pure care for me. They don't care. But I'm just telling you. Okay. Let me now go on to something that is very interesting here. Okay, and this one. I don't even have it, do I? No. I was so anxious to come on air. But anyway, I will show that one. I will show that one on Saturday. But let me show you something here before I go opening my line here very quickly. Watch this video. This is just a short video. But what I want you to take up, and as soon as they finish with it, I will cut it off and I will go to my other stuff. But I want you to see how they do the onion drain, like I just told you about, because they're quite aware of this. That there's no way you're not gonna have a seepage. Water going to go through. Water, they find the least resistant. No, anywhere, any little crevices that go through it. Nothing else. Watch this. But they're quite aware of it. And you see, and that's the good thing about it. If you know what you're doing, you know what to expect because you have that experience, you will try to remedy that. You will try to fix it. See? Now watch this. Listen to this guy. And as soon as you finish, I will take it off. Samson told LeBron Paparito.
This is a short video about roadway fundamentals. One of the things we do in our state in rural areas is we use a concrete cross-section. We usually have two 12-foot lanes, two 6-foot full-depth shoulders, and you can see they're usually connected with steel at the joint. We have this thing called a 3-foot paving machine pad, and I'll show you what that means in a minute. But that's to allow the paving machine to drive along the side and have a good base to drive on. We have sub-drains to drain all the water that's underneath the cross-section, and it'll drain it out to the medians. And it's a pretty typical cross-section, and once we come back and we do the cross-section, it's paved, the machine goes off, we'll just cover this up with some granular material, and that's the cross-section in the rural areas.
So you saw that, right? Because they know very well, they're quite aware of it. I want to welcome some special person here who just watching me. Good evening to you too. I don't want to say who it is, but thank you for watching me. This is what Samson told doing all the time. Anyway, running his mouth. But anyway, you saw that, right? So basically what it's saying is, look, we're going to put a pavement down. It's going to rain. But here's the thing. We don't want the water to come underneath our pavement and just sit there. That's exactly what's going to happen to the community. You're watching, you'll see. What's exactly the water that they build out road during rainy season time. And one of the interesting things they didn't do this one here, but one of the interesting things they did, and they told people like Samson told them was stupid. It was raining. So what did they do? They take dirt and mix it in with the little water that there, and it looked like, oh yeah, it dry now. No. Water stay there unless you put it out in the sun and dry it for it to evaporate. What they have done is like when you're making cake, you take the flour and you put small water in it, then you put plenty of flour in it. That water ain't going anywhere, even though you don't see it anymore, but it's still there. So what they did, after they finish mixing the water with the dirt and the thing said the water going, then they take that same dirt and roll it. Roll it. Oh Lord, how beautiful the base is. Yeah. Let's put the asphalt on it. Interesting. They go and put the asphalt on it. Then the water there, because underneath they got clay. Water not passing through clay. It ain't going nowhere. So and the fact that they don't have slope to slope it outside and have the water going away from the road, the water there. The water cry, hey, I want out. But the asphalt over it. Asphalt not moving. So what is asphalt? I'm making some fun. I'm putting some fun in it, but I want you to think about it. What is asphalt? Asphalt is made out of what? So by oil byproduct. I'm not going to go through the measurement or all that kind of good stuff. No. But sand and gravel. So when they mix them, the sand drop a little bit, they mix asphalt, drop a little bit, and the gravel sticking up. So they got the tire now, start rhying. Dry season now, start rhying. sooner or later they start picking up the rock because rock started exposing more and more, especially if the mix design is bad. And as sooner or later, the rock, big rock in the blue could come up. Here comes the little hole, and that all the water need just to see little sunlight. And guess what? It's hot in Liberia. The heat on the asphalt. Now, what do you have when you open your pot when you're cooking? Don't you have the steam coming up? Yeah. So the water coming out of that small hole now. But guess what? Because the heat and because the oil products in the asphalt, now it's going to start melting. Now where your naked eye, you can't see it. But then they can start putting little hole before you look. 2-3 years. Oh, pothole. I'll rest my case. But anyway, so that's what you do. That's how you fix the other stuff. Now, this I'm not going to show the other one. I'll wait until Saturday because Saturday is going to be a doozy. So now, folks, Samson told, let me put my number up. And if you want to give me, Mr. George, give me a call here and see how far we're going to go with it, because I wanted to show you guys some stuff here, but I'll wait till Saturday. Folks, hopefully we will be joining another another broadcaster here Friday, where we will have some discussion on this road issue here. Samson told LeBron Public, let me put my number up and usually when I put my number up, I put it up along with the president of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected, 61.5%. No, I don't put it on there. I just put something there. I put the one. Okay. Yeah, my number. Samson told LeBron Public, give me a call and see whether I follow A or not. Mr. George, let me put a thing up front before you call me. I think I face my phone too, Mr. George. So if you like, no, not that one. It's the other one. I'm still playing the total situation. But Mr. George, give me a call here and see. Okay, yeah, we're on. We're waiting. All right, folks. Samson told LeBron Public, let me take a little sip of water here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read, not loud, but I will not respond to any comment degrading or any whatever comment that comes out here tonight. I'm not going to respond to anything. I'll just read it and move on while I'm waiting for Mr. George to call. Mr. Imo George, if you have time, Mr. So, if you want to call me too, yeah, you can do that. But don't break. For you too, it looked at Mr. So and Mr. George. They're conservative, and they all you call the liberal progressive show, and you want to bring in some conservative idea. We know we're not going to get anywhere, because here as a liberal, I like for the entity government to help people as much as possible. But the conservative, what do they say? Try on your own, help yourself. No, you help them for them to help themselves. God help you, then you say the people must help themselves. How you think you make it? That's the liberal view, Samson told. So if you're calling me and you conservative, please make sure you answer. You want don't bring up conservative. Answer that. Bring it, but you will be ready to see the liberal side of me. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Mr. George, I'm waiting. Folks, anybody can call me now if you feel like. Okay. I say so too. The other picking, he say the day I go to Philadelphia, they will beat me. They say they will beat me because I don't like CDC. So when I go to Philadelphia, they will beat me. I went to why make you think you're able me here in America now? I went to Liberia and I visited CDC camp. Month by month, then they all welcome me. They ain't beat me. Now y'all will beat me here. I beg you. What y'all will do with block? You ain't able. So I come in. I will visit you. Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Joyce. Samson Toe, of course. Thank you very much for calling. What do you think? On a very serious note, my monologue here, is it something I follow or something that you want to add on?
Oh, I mean, what you're saying is true. I mean, but the problem that we have here is how the government go about doing things. This is a major project. One night we just saw the minister just came out and say, hey, we'll give it to these people to go ahead and do it. Now the question is, what is these people track record? The people have never come on to tell us, to show any drawing, anything, to say this is how the road supposed to be. These are the infrastructure, what will be added to it, this is how it will be done. Nobody has seen it. And we just expect the Liberian people to remain quiet. Huh? No. Because at the end of the day, the people are the beneficiary of this road, and they will have to pay for it. So if anything is going to happen, let it be. Let it be aware of it. Let it participate in it. Let us see who are the people that are going to do this work. What is the track record? We don't have anything. This company is international. People don't even have a website. I mean, this kind of time, 21st century, what kind of company of that nature you be dealing with that they don't have no website? Now, here's one of the problems. We understand that the company is supposed to look for some money. But the question here is, if these people go and borrow money, and tomorrow they don't complete the work, who will be responsible to pay that money? It's the Liberian people. The Liberian government will be responsible. But these people don't have no money, nothing. Even the tax, the people own the Liberian government. Last year they had to go borrow money to pay to get a tax clearance. So, look at Morocco. All around it, the work they gave these people, they never completed one job fully. So then why would we take this kind of huge contract and give it to them? Secondly, let the Liberian government start this pre-financing business. I believe that if the government doesn't have the money, they should not take the project. Because this is where some of the trouble is coming from. This is where most will come from. So, we'll finance the project. At the end of the day, we cannot find a good company participate. You can go to somebody who doesn't even have a wheelbarrow to go to them. And they now have to go out there to look for money and come to say, okay, we'll come to start the project. I think this is wrong. With a major project, if the government doesn't have the money, then let it just stay. If they have the money, then they can negotiate a competent company to say, hey, we want someone to do the work. So if you come and let us see a track record, what is the history? Look at that Ravi Highway. What we're talking about today. All the properties that are along that road, you will have to pay for it. What the right of way is 300 feet, or 575 this way. At the end of the day, the government will have to compensate those. Where the government got the money from? You don't have the money? Now, what are the things that are going to be put on our road? They're going to have a toll? Well, no. It's just bare speculation. People say they're going to put toll there. We don't know. So, to do these things, let the government come up front and be fair with the Liberian people. Look, this is what we want to do. This is the bid we are put up. These are the companies that bid for this contract. And we are now down to 2 or 3. We're looking to see the best one. Nothing was done. But they expect us that everything they tell them, just say yes. We should not ask them. On this path, for how many times you are not saying the word out there for the Minister of Public Works? Come on. Because they are the one that's supposed to act in all the construction road construction in Liberia, Ministry of Public Works. That's fall under the supervision. So why the Minister of Public Works can now cut off some road businesses to come and say, look, this is how we did it. Here's the reason we gave this to the contract. Here, the track record. We can't see nobody. But they expect all everyone that we want just to be silent. Now, the question now is, so where do we go from here? We see all this thing that you're displacing. You lay all the ideas. What if the road will be like this? What is the drainage? There are people living along the road. Are they going to put sound barrier on the road there? There's a certain area that is densely populated. So, what are they going to do? Can you open?
Most likely, they're not gonna do sound wall on a property in Liberia. There's no way. They don't have the money. They don't have the money.
Yeah, but then, okay, the money. If we don't have this money, we want to do something. Better we do it one and spend the money and let it last with us. But don't spend the money, then 2 years later, the road, they say, look, I'm making it. All these things are in Liberia, all these things now should be included in the contract. The construction company, if they say they're going to take 3 years to construct the road, how many years are going to take to maintain this road? All I say, you must tell the public. And maybe put measure. You know what happens from now? This road will put this here, and money from there will be used to maintain the road. Liberia, all the road, any car can pass it. Trade-off, wow, it just passed. We have to change our way of doing things. We have to follow other countries. You build a road, you say, okay, this road is built only for small cars. We're not allowing any 18-wheeler to pass on the side because the road will now hold its weight of the car. We don't do it. When we build that road, air car can pass that one. I tell it, wow, we'll pass it. So sometimes then the somebody road will not allow because the standard of the road is not for this kind of 18-wheeler heavy truck to be passing there, but because our people, they're not thinking they can build a road, they say any car can pass. When the car passing, they see a put down. Somebody put down going down, that going inside. So we have to change the way we do things in Liberia. So when you come on this platform, when we talk about these things, people should not feel that you are against the government or you want something from them. No. But because you are son of the soil, and this area is your expertise, so you want to make sure if something is being done in this area, must be done properly. Because at the end of the day, to us, if you talk to someone about, hey, you're Indian, where are you? What did you raise any concern at the time? You didn't raise any concern. Now the profit of the project, then you start talking more. So now, the talking you are doing, you are extending this environment to the government and the people like this. Let the people say reason to work. You know what, Minister of Public Works? There's a Liberian child out there speaking something. Tell a little bit more about this project. But it's not happening. Since the bill ran for the project, nobody from Liberia had ever come out to talk, challenge the people, the government, say, hey, hold on there. Why are you giving the contract to these people? Where is the track record? No. Everybody's silent now. And the day the top person we are, the next day they'll put some graphic and put it up and say, yeah, this is how the road will be.
I didn't even play my graphic today.
This is how it will be. And now pushing it back into it. Oh yeah, the road has to. The road will be like this. All this thing come with money. How sure are we that these people have the capacity to do this work?
Right, right.
These people are not working free time. They are not working Guinea. They are not working Ivory Coast. If people came to Morocco as a building material supplier, okay, there's no problem. We can diversify the development, the investment. So if they go into the construction business, then of course, let us see the job since they went into construction. What are the jobs they are doing in Liberia? For everything you look around Morocco, things so can they roll. Quite long. Look at that roll behind the executive mansion at the bill. Look, what is that? I don't know that firewater, no firewater, but look, it's that cement. They didn't complete the job. All around, they had not completed one project for so solid. But then, the press secretary told us, but the federal government are not paying the people. So the Liberian government is not on obligation to deal with the people. They are not compelled to deal with them. They are all Chico, all in Liberia, construction company.
Right.
Why are they going to go to them? Why this one is international?
Well, that's why we're going to we don't know for sure why. Maybe the government has its own reason, and I'm not here to question their motives or what have you. But we'll find that out. We'll find that out. But
yeah, but the government is on obligation to talk to the Liberian people, because at the end of the day,
when you say that, I agree with you. But they're two-way street. The Liberian people, the fact that all of us, say for example, from Grand Guinea, will not go into the government, so we elected a representative to represent us. So those people are going to have to speak for us. But before they speak for us, we have to hold their feet to the fire and make sure that they're talking things that we want. So Liberian people, if they want to find out from the president what exactly is going on, they can go through their representative, elected representative. And this is where I'm not going to say lazy, or this is where the disconnect comes about. And that's very disconcerting, because now if we have that kinds of disconnect among our brothers and sisters, then you know what it becomes? Hey, my brother, man, y'all leading people thing, they become people thing. And once your effort is being classified as people thing, nobody have interest in it. They'll let you do it, and then as long they have no interest in it, you're not gonna do it well, because they don't care, you know. But Mr. George, thank you. Yeah, go ahead, make your point, and then I'll bring it up here.
Yeah, and this is where, as you talk about, this is why I don't know what are the disconnect between the representative and the people, because these people that we send into parliament, they're supposed to be the representative of the people. They are the ones who are supposed to raise this issue. But when you see everybody in parliament, in the Senate, are silent, then you start asking yourself, but what is the responsibility of these people that will give power to, that we are paying them to speak on our behalf? And they are not asking the central government, why are you doing this? Tell us so we can get back to our people, to tell them that we ask them. These people don't have no town hall meeting. The only time you see the representative or senator go back to the people when election year, that when I see this, I'm going to my district, I'm going to do this.
Right.
But right after the election, they're not going back there again. And this is why some of the electorate are responsible for the action of the central government, because they continue to elect people who don't champion their causes. They're only there for themselves. And you continue to elect the same people over and over. So if you look at it, that is the Liberian people, they got some blame to take. Because you're saying these people, they still come back. No one senator have come out to say, hey, to ask the executive,
call the Minister of Public Works. Come explain to us why you get a contract with these people. No. We see everybody say, oh, they threw that camera. Oh, yeah.
Maybe, just to give them a benefit of the doubt, but maybe the government reasoning is acceptable to our elected officials. So then we just going to have to. My only thing, and I'm not even questioning the motives or what have you. I'm just saying that from past, from their history, they do not have the capacity. And as long as I don't see anything different, I will continue to preach that. So, but anyway, Mr. Josh, we want to thank you very much for your contribution as usual. Thank you very much. I spoke with Mr. Smith again, Victor Smith.
Yeah.
And he gave me some more information that I'm not going to diverge that right now. It's not anything secret, but the fact that young man, I don't see him here, and so I don't want to talk. But I will call you, and then you and I will talk about it later. I'm hoping to get Mr. Smith out here Saturday. I think from the information he's giving me, it's a little bit complicated. But the young man, he's known. Victor know who he is, and they have had a lot of exchanges and things like that. But anyway, I will leave it as that. And Victor will come and hopefully will come here and try to explain to us the issue with the East Construction Company. One of the after the show, I called a few people, and one of the things they told me was yes. But the reason why perhaps the minister, the assistant acting minister, most likely will not remember, because East Construct, they didn't even do much, because once they find out they did not have the capacity, they were taken off of the job. So that's what I heard. So, but anyway, let's leave it as that. I will. You want to say something?
No, I just and. The only thing I want to say, I will be glad that Mr. Victor come on to address the issue. And because the young man, his mind was made up, because even when you and him are having a discussion, you will see from his writing, I stand by it, and this and that. So if Mr. Victor come on, we know there's some technical problem, but if he just come on with to put some light on it, and people will be able to read between the lines, who is talking to and who is not, or who is saying so. So I think it will be good.
Well, the interesting thing that I look at and saw was that Mr. Smith became acting in May, I believe, because Kofi Wood left in May of that year, 2013. So I'm not too sure how is that, but we'll hopefully we'll get information from Mr. Smith. But thank you very much, Mr. George. We appreciate it, and as usual, thank you for your contribution, sir.
Thank you,
folks. That's the voice of Mr. Amos George, who's giving us information here tonight. His own take on our issue has been discussed. Somebody was calling me here. I'm not too sure if it's. Please give me a call again if you still have interest in contributing to this conversation here tonight. It's a North Carolina number. Give me a call if you still have interest. In the meantime, let's do this. Samson to LeBron Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
My name is Lucian Turma, calling from New Jersey.
Oh, thank you for calling, man. We appreciate it. What's on your mind?
So many things on my mind, but I will just briefly, come up with few that that concerning our country right now.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The number one thing has to do with the elderly people in Liberia. The elderly people in Liberia, they are not helping to pave the way for the young generation, especially the ones who claim to be educated. Because if you are educated, you should be an example. For example, like what the guy was just saying, like we elect people who go in the House of Representatives, Senator to represent us. But then whenever they get there, they only get there for their own interest because me being a Liberian, what I understand education to be in Liberia is just to go to school and make money for yourself. But then when I left Liberia, I get to understand that education is to lighten the mind and be on or help or an assistant or to create means for other people who did not have the education or who did not have the means to get what they're supposed to. So that's why as a person, you should have this in mind that education is a continual process. But in Liberia, people who have the masters, the PhD and others, they feel that going to school is just to go there and work in government. We get other educated people. None of them come to create an avenue, job employment for the young generation to be able to see them as an example, at least to create jobs for us to be able to work. All they do, they say, we will get a scholarship, we'll get 20% scholarship. Scholarship should be for scholars. You cannot just get everybody scholarship when the person do not have the means to even pay their way to go to school. You just get scholarship. And then, like, what you guys talking about the public way? What's really the function of a public way? Liberia does not even have a alley. You can public work by where when I buy the land and take the land to length and mine, see my land, everything. They should be able to tell me where the alley should be, and they should be able to set a boundary. In Liberia, if there's a fire disaster or something, there is no way for the car to move in between because no system, no means to know where you should build, where you shouldn't build, or whatever. Because the public way is not functioning. The only occupying office instead of them going on the street to be able to tell people, do not pay it. Because if I pay enough money for you to be able to get my deal and everything, you're supposed to push the Liberian people that the money we pay there is for so many things. You know, listen, this your land, you cannot build it. But they will work, you will build to maybe then they start going to the extent of bossing houses and paying extra money. And the last thing on my mind, it has to do with this coronavirus. I would say to my Liberian people, we shouldn't panic. We shouldn't be afraid. I know that the people who should lead us, they are already messing up. Because Nathaniel Blama, I know the Blama or Blamo, who works as an EPS. EPS is not far from the health department. Because if you do environmental science, you can work in the health department. You have been tested corona positive. And then you coming from out of the country, you already know that this thing is a global, crisis. And everybody trying to see how best they can be on health. And you enter the country where we don't even have the means of, getting things, together. We are also struggling. And we as Liberians hoping on America. The America was hoping on America. Start going through the same thing. They themselves seeing how best they can put themselves together. You got in the country, you knew that you were tested positive. Instead of you to report yourself and you be the one to carry on the awareness. Instead of people say, oh, I was tested coronavirus positive. But my people, I'm not dead. It is not anything for anybody to be afraid. Nothing. To make the people understand that this thing is not something. You kept yourself in the house. All over social media today, it was a drama just to get you to the hospital. How do you expect a lady who's selling potato greens, who has no idea what a coronavirus is? How do you expect her to go to the hospital and report herself if she is tested positive? These are some of the things that is making us sad, that is making us to grieve a lot as young people. Because the medicine, most of them need medicine to get in power. So when they get there, their brain is not functioning well because you can't serve the devil and serve God at the same time. So when they get there, they get everything work big in their eye. They don't even see the reality of things. So when they leave from power, then they start fighting back again to get there. We get this man, we think he said he's a country born, he will be there for us. Coronavirus is all over. And you say the country should go blue. The entire street, you just collected all the young people, you take over the entire street in the name of politics. Now, push our country, push our country. Where are you guys going to go for help? America to going through the same crisis. This is not about country name or conquer name. It's just about using your wisdom. Sometimes you can't get the degree, but the common sense is more important than any other thing. Now when people are talking, you say, oh, they didn't let me because I from Gibraltar, they want to be president. We all voted you. But you're not applying the method that should be used. So my Liberian people, we shouldn't be afraid. Some of us, we find ourselves in a country that is going through the same Ebola crisis, but we are not there. So if you notice that you have the symptoms, one thing, you need to drink more water. Wash your hands properly. Keep the children safe. You stay home. If you think you can go on the street to go sell, always keep a little distance from people, not too much shaking hands, because now we cannot tell the people to report themselves, because the people who reported themselves, some of them say they are not being treated. Some people say they're being ambulance for 7, 8 hours. So how do we tell the people to report themselves? So the people have to quarantine themselves and be a help to themselves, because only God now we got to save us. If America cannot save themselves at Liberia. So sir, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk on your show.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. We hope that you're not a stranger, because I think your wisdom is far, far beyond mine here tonight, and I really, really do appreciate you coming up to give us some information. That this is not just a platform that is dominated by men. Far from it. We appreciate you ladies coming out here and expressing yourself. Well, I truly, truly appreciate it. I hope that you will join us maybe Saturday when we come out very early in the morning, where the type of message that you just express here will be expressed at the same time, so that our brothers and sisters in Liberia that will be watching up, because we're hoping to be going in a day so that they will be able to listen to you as well.
Yeah, we need to do that, because right now they are confused, especially from the first president, he being the boss, because when you are the boss, you're the head. Everybody looking up to you. You implementing things, you taking the lead. So when you behave like they just scare everything, you mess it up. So now we on the staff, we should be able to make the people to relax. We shouldn't make them panic. We shouldn't be making, hey, not to say. The same way, the same method we are using here, we should be able to tell them, keep the children home, let them stay home, that drive your chair, you're eating right there. Stay home, no too much visiting. When someone coming to your house, they should make sure they tell you, keep the water jar. We used to do the Ebola, you wash your hands. If you get sanitizer or chloride and water with tassel, you wash your hands. So we need to keep saying it so they can know, because now it's scary. So thank you too. I will always be available whenever I see you on to,
Thank you.
In whatever.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, folks. Again, Samson Stone, Liberian Public Radio. We appreciate those of you that continue to call. And I think the lady made it clear. She spoke on a lot of topics here. And I think one of the things that perhaps concern her the most is that the folks that are supposed to be leading us, preparing the seat for the next generation, perhaps, according to her, are not doing that. And it's very frustrating to see folks who are supposed to be taking care of things so that the next generation will come in and not doing so. But for me, I've always truly believe that eventually, like our people say, 99 days for role, 1 day for master. Eventually, they will among Liberians, somebody, few group, patriotic Liberians and well-committed Liberians will come out. It might not be our generation, it might not even be our lifetime, but Liberia will not continue to stay stagnated like this. And they're going to come up. They're not going to stay below like this forever. And let's do our best. The first thing is continue to pray for one another. Lord Jesus, we ask you again tonight, as we are about ready to close this program, Lord, we ask you, first, we ask that you forgive us for whatever sin that we have committed against anybody or even against you, because you are the Father. So we ask you to forgive us. We also ask you, Lord, to bless us. And we ask, most importantly, to bless the country of Liberia and continue to bless the leadership of Liberia, so that all of these issues that are coming up, give them wisdom, so that we'll be able to learn and be able to help whatever situation that is coming in Liberia. Jesus, only you. You have done it before, and we ask that you do it again. In Jesus' name, in my Jesus' name, I pray. Folks, I will say good night to all of you after having that wonderful, wonderful spirit rejuvenation, and I'm all excited. Samson told Liberia Public Radio, we will be back here one of these days, folks, and we'll be doing this. I try my best. I'm a political junkie. There's no question and I love politics, but I'm trying my best to stay away from the political side of things right now and concentrate on this role of Robert Field Highway. Because here's the interesting thing about that, as far as I'm concerned. The Robert Field Highway, if constructed, if I say if because I'm not too sure what's happening, but if constructed, when you're driving on the highway, they're not going to say, oh, the Samson to the Liberty Party member. You're not going to drive here. The road not going to ask questions. CDC, Liberty Party, Unity, it doesn't matter. If the road is not safe, it doesn't matter who it is. And therefore, we'll try to our best here this day on this platform to continue to talk about the road. I'm not going to lie to you. Everything that I put out here tonight, you can research it. All you do, go on Google and just put any information in there. And every time when I talk about something you don't get it, just Google it. And it will come up. Because most of the video that I'm showing you of somebody, they like the curb and gutter, you go on any website, put curb and gutter in there, it will show you. I'm not making it up. But those are modern things that you can do to improve the lives of your people. So with that, I will say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Let's do it again. In fact, let's also tune in to Mr. Soul tomorrow. He'll be on, as usual. And then we'll be back here Wednesday. Friday, I'm not going to be here. I'm hoping to go on another platform where they will have me. People, I will truly, truly enjoy this. I will truly enjoy it because people are going to be asking me questions for hours or more, asking me questions about the road business. Oh, I'm going to display so much total knowledge. If did I said total knowledge, right? Then you know we're in trouble. If you're from total, you got knowledge, we'll see. But I will display so much total knowledge, it will be unbelievable. But we'll ask you, once the publication comes out, we'll ask you to join us. And let's find out what Samson, whether he for or A or not. Because Samson to come out here, blah, 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 blah. Nobody asking him questions. Whereas if I go on somebody else's platform, that person will be asking me some tough questions. And let's see whether Samson to know anything or not. Whether Samson to he know anything, we'll see. We'll see. Good news, tomorrow is the D-Day. I'm going to be calling Armo Smith Toby to see if I can get a name of person, technical person that will be able to come on our platform and discuss this role. That was not guaranteed, but we discussed it last week, and tomorrow is supposed to be the day. Early in the morning, my time. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, I will say good night to all of you. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday afternoon. Please stay safe. Is it Monday? It's today Monday? I think it is, isn't it? Who's counting? But stay safe, please. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. Samson told LeBron don't text and drive as well. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, thank you very much, and say good night to all of you. Let's do it again.
You
Angani beyo, kadi borusu kuona veriyo. Oji besayo, dokoro borusu kuona veriyo. Angani beyo, kadi borusu kuona veriyo. Angani beyo, dokoro borusu kuona veriyo. Angani beyo, duro tape makuria, kwa ya seba. Onana ayama lokolo mwane sikolo mwa yepoza ne kribu ya moreu. Lokolo toliye borusu ku. Suku ogere yo, omo ya lokolo